Evil on a scale from 1 to 10. Okay, number 10, genocide. It's pretty bad. It's a special kind of evil, right? A person that might commit genocide is something it's an anomaly if this happens in your lifetime, right? You will never meet this type of person. This type of person thrives knowing he can try to destroy a whole civilization. That's why it's so bad, right? It's purely because of the whole scale that it's on. This person just wants to destroy an entire civilization. Okay, one step down is, I guess, violent types of crimes. Murder, torture, rape, that kind of stuff. The reason this is so bad is not because these people want to disrupt a society. They want to specifically harm people on their own will because of their own desires. That's what makes this bad. Because it's not something you do to benefit yourself. It's something you do purely to diminish other people, make other people suffer, make the lives of other people worse. That's why it's so bad. Next, theft and betrayal. The people that do this stuff are the type of people that only care about themselves, disregard any rule, see themselves as above the law, do anything they want to benefit themselves. They do not care about you. They will do anything as long as it benefits themselves. That's why it's so bad. They only care about themselves. They don't care about other people. One step down. Okay, narcissism disorder. The reason this classifies as something else as the one above is because these people aren't as outwardly destructive as the others, right? When you think about this type of person, it's not so much that they destroy the fabric of their society, it's more so that they are not adjusted to what the society wants of them because they're cooked in the brain, right? They have lost the plot on what it means to be good. They know what it means to be good, but they just don't do it for whatever false, delusional thought process they have in their head, right? But they're not outwardly destructive all the time. And they don't specifically target people to destroy what they have and what they need and to benefit themselves, right? Next, addiction and degeneracy. This is something that a lot of people, it's very easy to fall into and very hard to get out. But it's not an active decision that people make. They don't want to do this, usually. It's something that they are curious to do. They do to take their mind off of the struggle that is life. And then they fall into it and they never get out, right? They never get out, and getting out is very difficult. It's very difficult to get out of this. It's very destructive, especially to themselves, but also the people around them, but not necessarily the society as a whole. I guess that's why it ranks below. Next is inaction. It's laziness, yeah. So, inaction, usually it just means that people focus on themselves. They don't do things that is hard or they don't want to do. But the thing is, when you don't act, when you know you should act and you should do the right thing, but you don't do it, you might as well have done the wrong thing. The consequences here are exactly the same. If you see someone do a bad thing, you act, you help the person that's getting his life fucked because of this bad thing, right? But the difference is you didn't want to do this bad thing. It's not like you did it because you wanted to be a nuisance to everybody else, but you just didn't do it because you're lazy and you're not a very good person. I think the majority of people fit into the 4 and 5 category. That's the very majority of people. Right? 2, 3, 6, and 7 are common, I would say. When you think about the people you grew up with, your peers in elementary school, When you think, if you meet all of them now, there's a good chance some of them is in the 2, 3, 6, and 7 category, right? Anything above that is exceptional. It's exceptional. It's 1 in 8 is something you won't meet this person. You probably won't meet this person, but you might hear about it and think, wow, that person did that, because you might have heard about this person. Maybe it was a friend of a friend. 0 and 9, that is nobody. You will never meet this type of person. Okay, let's get on. Ignorance. This is something you should know what to do better. But when you don't know, you can't say you did something bad. But your very incompetence of, or ignorance of not knowing what it is to do good, that is bad in itself. Right? A lot of people, you can't really blame them for doing this, but it's still bad. It's just better than most people still. Think children. It's children. Children have this. It's pretty easy to, it's something you learn just as you age. You get over this as you age. You know better, right? You know better. That's not the case with incompetence, right? Number 2. When it comes to incompetence, it's you have to work very hard to get over this. This is something that very few people have the willingness to do. People just don't do this. People just don't want to be that good. They want to be good, but they don't care so much to work every second of their day to be good. But when you truly want to be good, that's what you have to do. You have to be competent. That's important. You have to be competent. Next, imperfection. Okay, imperfection is, it's kind of a weird class. It's, of course, everybody's imperfect. They don't have everything about them that's perfect. This is the class that I made purely for the type of person that's the wisest of the wise, right? These people can do it all. They know it all. When you listen to this person, you listen. You don't talk to this person. These people, they decide what is true. You don't argue. You listen, right? This is the type of person that would be deified or become a prophet. These people, you hear about them in the history books. You don't meet these people, right? Next, perfection. This is something that you never reach. Some people come close. You have to look at it like this. There's a river, your purity river. You get thrown in, and you need to swim past a certain mark, right? And you start at mark 3, ignorance. That's how you're born. You're born ignorant. What is your first reaction? Right? You don't swim past the mark. You don't know why you need to swim past the mark. You don't know what to do, right? What do you do is you swim to the side. Of course, you try to get to the side. You get out of the river as fast as possible. You don't swim in the opposite direction of the river. It's flowing. That doesn't make any sense, right? You go to the side and you just wait it out. Thing is, while you're swimming, you go back. You go to number 4. That's most people. You go back to number 4. And then once you're in number 4 and you're on the sideline, you're waiting. You think, if I really want to do this, I need to get in and swim my ass off. I need to go get that shit. And it's hard. You run out of stamina. You fail a bunch of times. But you don't give up. If you give up, you flow down the river. You get into number 5 and you fuck your life up. You fuck it up for the rest of your life, right? So you keep swimming. You keep swimming. And if you're very exceptional, you get into number 1 eventually. You get it. You get there. You're a Giga Chad amongst Giga Chads. Right? It's something that people don't attain. They don't get there. But when you do, you're the type of person that decides what is good, that decides what is true. You don't argue, you just listen. Alright? But when you go from number 1 to number 0, You keep swimming, and you might as well be swimming forever because you're never getting there. You don't get there. No matter how fast you swim, the river keeps going and you never get there. That's what the case is with number 0. It's not something you can do. There you go.